So a lot of people throw shade to Kale, all right? And a lot of people love Broly. But there's one thing that remains a fact. Super Saiyan Berserk is canon. Okay, no, I'm just kidding, guys. But no, I actually am serious, but I was kidding about, trying to make this into a thing. But in any case, guys, yo, what's going on, guys? Epic Funny Adventures here, and today I am bringing you guys another how to build Xenoverse guide. I'm still working on the name. I mean, obviously, it is starting to actually develop. All right, this is starting to be a thing, okay? A lot of you guys have been liking the key sword builds. A lot of people love this, the fusion build, and also a lot of people also have been loving the key sword stat build. So obviously, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscription button, like this video, and share the video with the world, because the world needs to know about our epicness, our funniness, and our adventures together. I'm not putting it on the screen because you guys pretty much get the point. Maybe in the next one, but not in this one, because I want to dive right into this, because yes, we're finally getting into a build that, that designates a specific race. So I'm kind of excited to actually do that and show you guys exactly how that's going to work. So as you guys know, this video will be divided into 3 parts. Obviously, the first part being the lore behind the build, as we understand why am I saying what I'm saying for the build to work, and exactly what needs to be done in order for the build to work. Then we'll address the second part of the video, which is the CAC, which means we'll be addressing which CAC is best beneficial to the build, but also what build could be used, and just anything to the CAC in general we'll be addressing. That means height, appearance, body type, you name it. And then we'll go on into the final portion of the video, which is the stats and the reason why, okay? As we dive into what stats is best beneficial to pull off the build and why. And of course, the same disclaimer that was in the other video, in my fusion video, it applies here. If you use a cheese set, obviously you can still use this and have fun. I'm sorry, it's just yesterday I went through a lot of stuff in this game, doing some battles online. I went through a lot of stuff. I was just enjoying my play. I was just playing the game, and then I had to use a cheese tactic against another person who likes to spam perfect block and key blast canceling and stuff. But I have that type of video. I will, if you guys want to see it, just let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see how I wound up beating this cheese guy. I mean, obviously it was a back and forth thing. It wasn't like I got completely dominated and it was a one-sided fight. It was cheese versus cheese, but there were times that I got him and he got me, and I would have won if I'd played my cards right. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, let's get on with this video, because I know you guys came here to see Super Saiyan Berserk. I'm just letting you guys know that this is just for fun, competitive purposes with friends and people who also enjoy and just love the game, not just trying to be the best and do it by any means by cheese tactics. So obviously, with the Super Saiyan Berserk build, we're going to be addressing the lore, because obviously we'll be diving into the Saiyan race. So first, let's address the lore. There's a lot of things that we can name off for the Super Saiyan Berserk or Berserker transformation, but honestly, let's think about it for a second. It's basically just the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, but a canon version. It has all the same benefits as legendary Super Saiyan. It just makes it canon, which brings us to our first point. It's just the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, but canon, obviously. So yeah, it's pretty much even stated in the anime that it's a legendary Super Saiyan transformation. But yeah, that brings us to our second point also. Unlike the transformation, it has a couple of things, unlike the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, it has a couple of things that is different from the legendary Super Saiyan transformation. First being, it doesn't reduce speed, okay? Its speed is on, you still maintain your normal speed, but I mean, honestly, I still think that the bigger the target, the slower the target, no matter how big they are. But that's just me. But the last point that we can talk about is that you have to have a lot of key control to maintain the form. This has been stated a couple of times, I think, in the Super Anime and on a couple of fan websites about the Super Saiyan Berserker transformation. It does require a lot of key control, meaning that you may have to have a lot of ki. So, yeah, that's what we know about the Super Saiyan Berserker transformation. Okay, now that we have addressed the lore, obviously you want to be a Saiyan race because Super Saiyan Berserk, Super Saiyan, it's in the name. It's pretty obvious. As you can see, it's a warrior tribe that has low health but high attack power. Attack power rises when health is low, and all stats rise after reviving. Now, the part about reviving actually does not play a part here, and also if your attack power rises when health is low, that kind of plays a part here. But the high attack power and low health of this race actually plays a part to this build because it's going to be understandable. So obviously it works for both race, whether you're a male or a female, but I will be using the male character. No, you know what? Let's use the female. You know, we haven't used none of the females since we started this little how-to thing. So let's show some females the love. Look, she even gave the thumbs up to it. So we'll be using the female race, but we'll also be addressing what you need to do and why it is the way it is. So obviously, males have stronger melee attacks and buff lasts longer, but super moves aren't as strong. Females can use Z-assist more frequently, but ki and stamina recovery is better, but they even have a lower health than the actual male race. But worry not, because either way it goes, it still will work out to our advantage. So obviously, you will want to make sure that your character is big. Oh gosh, this actually doesn't even look right. I'm sorry guys, I gotta change my mind. We're gonna use the male race because it actually looks, you know what? No, we'll stick with the females. We'll stick with the females. Okay, so as you know, because I was like, I mean, look at it, like she's tall like Goku, but because she's a female, obviously they're not gonna be taller than males. There are some females out there that are taller than males, but it just doesn't look right. Like she doesn't even look buff. She looks thick, in other words. Yeah. In any case, so obviously what you want to do, you want to make sure that your height is 4/4. As you remember, the taller you are, the more health you'll have, but the less speed you'll have. You'll actually have no speed, to be honest. And the shorter you are, the faster you are. But you want to be tall because you want to have a lot of health. And I'll explain when we get to the stat part of this video. Body type, obviously, you'll want to be 3/3. I said 4/4. That was right, 3/3. I actually thought I said it wrong, but 3/3 you want to be. Obviously, if you remember, the skinnier you are, the much more you're good at Ki Blast supers, and the middle is a balance between Ki Blast supers, melee attack and strike supers, and obviously if you are 3/3, it's just pure melee and strike supers. You'll get a better benefit than you would here, obviously. So now that you have now that you're 3/3 and you're 4/4, you will want to look the part. So let's see, what type of hairstyle can we use? Obviously, we will want to use something that's spiky. Something that's spiky. Oh my goodness, they have this hairstyle for this race. I feel some type of way. This is my hairstyle, obviously. So, okay, but let's see what type of hairstyle will actually fit this race. Let's go with this. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, you will want to go with spiky hair. Obviously, you can go with type 16 for females. I forgot the number for males, but obviously, spiked up hair, wild hair is the type of hairstyle that you want to have for the Super Saiyan Berserk transformation. Obviously, with the eyes, it really doesn't matter. So we'll just use the default eyes. Pupils, this is very, very important. With the pupils, you want to make sure that you go to, wait, they don't have it. They literally don't have it. Oh, okay. Well, we'll use type 71. So obviously you will want to go to type 71. You want to make sure that your nose, it really doesn't matter. We'll keep the nose the same and the mouth the same. That's your personal reference. But the pupils, you want to make sure that it's the tiniest pupils for males, and for females, you want to make sure that they have no pupils in the inside. What I mean by having no pupils in the inside, I mean like eyes like this. This just looks creepy, obviously. Or these, or those, or these, or these, or these. I guess that slides somewhat, but you want to use these, obviously. So after you wind up addressing the actual, after you address the appearance of the character, you want to go over to the color. You can keep the skin color however you want to keep it. I guess I'll make her skin color this color. You want to make sure that your hair color is like right here for the green, not here, because this just, it looks the part, but I feel like this one is how it would look like if it's in real life because it's brighter. Obviously, if you're Super Saiyan, I don't know how many times they don't went Super Saiyan and their hair got bright. So obviously you will want to make sure that you have this hair color for the hair. For your eye color, you will actually want to have it white. Wow, it really does not look right for a female race. Let's see what other eyes we have here. I don't even think there's any other eyes that we can have here. Oh, there really isn't. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. It looks right with males, but not with females. But I guess in real life, if this was an actual transformation, your pupils won't actually disappear. They would probably go like this. Just turn your eyes white and make it blend in with your actual eye color. So I guess this is how it looked like. But obviously, you don't want to make your eye color white, and your makeup color is really your choice to call, but for the sake of this video, I think I'm gonna, hold up, I think I'm gonna just have it normal skin color for her. There we go. There we go. It looks like it's blended in somewhat. So obviously this is how you will want to make sure your Super Saiyan Berserker transformation would look like for the females. So yeah, so sorry about that. Wound up closing in on something that y'all shouldn't even be seeing. A little inappropriate there. No, just playing. But obviously, this is how you will want to make your character look like. So we'll go to Conton City. So that way we can address the stats and the reason why. So I'll catch you guys in Conton City as we talk about what we need in order to pull off the transformation. Okay, so here we are at the mixing shop, obviously. We are in Conton City. Can't stress enough that we are at a mix shop, or whatever you want to call it. So, as you know, I'm on my main build, Kai. I think Target has access to the mixing shop of everything that's in the mixing shop, but I didn't want to chance it. So I just hopped on my main just for this part of the video, for the stats and the reason why. So obviously, unlike the other two videos, you actually need a Super Soul. Super Soul in particular to use this build. You need a Super Soul, and you also, to get the overall power of this build, and I can't stress this enough, this is actually one of the builds that needs to be level 99. All right, you can have it at any other level, but if you want the true full potential of this build, go to level 99. Level 99, you'll have so much more benefit that you possibly would know about: your life, your stamina, your ki. You'll see what I'm talking about when you hit level 99. But let's address the Super Souls because, well, we need to address it. So obviously, there are two Super Souls that you can use. We have My Ki is Building Overflowing and a Power Bias Transformation. But obviously, you'll want to use My Ki is Building Overflowing. Originally, I was going to say a Power Bias Transformation, normally due to the fact that it boosts your normal attack when you're transformed. It reduces damage you take from all attacks, you know, by a huge amount on both of those. And I believe normal attacks is basic attacks and melee attacks is strike supers, so don't hold me to that. I don't remember in specific, but I do believe that normal attacks is basic attacks. So slow movement, you get a slow movement speed, so it's the downside to this, and it seals your guard. Obviously, if you are Super Saiyan Berserk, why would you want to guard in the first place? You're too pissed off, or should I say mad, to actually trip off of guarding. You just want to kill your opponent. And as far as it goes with slow movement speed, let's be completely honest here. True enough, Super Saiyan Berserk may be faster just slightly than Super Saiyan, the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, but in reality, you're still a huge walking target, meaning you're gonna be slower than an average person who's shorter than you, or somebody who's just, well, shorter than you. Well, that's pretty much the point I was trying to make. But obviously, you're going to be slower than those people. So the slow movement speed actually makes sense, especially considering the fact that how tall you are, you get no increase in speed, and this just lowers your speed even more, but you get huge amounts of normal attack power, like basic attacks. And you get a huge reducement in the damage that you take. If you can master this Super Soul, I guarantee that there are a lot of people out there that can actually kick butt with this Super Soul. But obviously we won't be using this. We'll be using my key is building, overflowing. Normally I wouldn't use this because, well, your key isn't overflowing. It's building, but it's not overflowing to the point to where it's leaking out. There's been plenty of videos that supports this, that about the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, so go check those videos out on YouTube. So I'm not even going to address it here in this video. We'll just talk about the Super Soul. So always, all right, it reduces your stamina recovery speed. So obviously, if you remember correctly, in one of the in the Dragon Ball Super episodes, the second time that it appeared throughout the anime, when the Super Saiyan Berserk transformation actually happened, there was steam coming from her. I'm assuming that that was basically her venting, her, you know, getting done with the, you know, actually calming down a little bit. Probably not. There has been enough sources to actually prove this point, but it reduces your stamina recovery by a lot. So obviously you're gonna have to make sure you watch out how you have your stamina recovery. How you use your stamina. So obviously you can probably use a couple of super moves like Rise to Action, Charged Ki Wave. I believe that's the name of the move. There's a lot of moves you can use to actually pull off the transformation. To maintain your stamina. So I'll let you guys decide that. But here is the knock part. Here's the kicker. When your ki is maxed out, it reduces the damage you're taking from all attacks by a lot. More than what you're taking from this Super Soul. You're getting a huge reducement of what damage you're taking as long as your ki is maxed. Meaning that if you're going to use this Super Soul, don't even think about using any of your super attacks unless you absolutely have to. Because as long as you got a lot of ki, you won't be taking a lot of damage. And then because of the fact that you're so tall, you're going to have a lot of health than the average person who's not your height. Along with you not taking a lot of damage. What more can you have? You're a walking tank, all right? You make up for your speed and your stamina with brute power and actual defense. So now that we addressed the Super Soul and exactly the overall picture of it, now we can finally go to the stats and the reason why. So let's get into the stat parts of this section. So obviously we're gonna pull up the little stat tab. So the first stat that you will want to make sure that you have, and obviously like all the other stat part of this video, your stats should never ever go over 100. Trust me, it's gonna be right. It won't be too much, and it won't be too little. You don't have to worry about the risk of not having a lot of stat points in the areas that you need to have. Obviously, I've already explained this about the defense video. If you guys want to see it, it will probably be at the end of this video. It'll probably be on the tab somewhere, like a video related, somewhere on the screen at the end of this video, so keep a lookout for that. So obviously, let's wind up talking about these stats. So obviously, the first stat that you want to have to be your highest is your health, and 100. No 70 to 90, 70 to 100, 100 in your health. But you're probably like, but Kai, what about Saiyans? You said that they don't have a lot of health, and you said you was going to address this. Well, you're not addressing anything. Well, here I am about to address why I'm telling you this. So it ties back to what I said when we was at the mixing shop. So obviously I told you to get the best from this transformation slash build, you need to be level 99. Now, compare to me, okay? I have a QQ bang that gives me +4, I believe, or +5 in health, okay? And I have 0 points in health because my build doesn't have any type of need for health. I have a God Key build. So obviously, if you have 100 points in health and a QQ band that gives you +4 in health, plus the fact that you are super tall, trust me, your health, my friend, will be almost the same equivalence as Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, or even damn near Broly. And I'm just saying, it's almost near Broly. Almost near Broly. You won't be there at Broly, but you'll almost be there. Trust me, just trust me on this, because your base stat also increases with each level that you get to level 99. So trust me when I say that your stat needs to be 100 in health. Your second points is your second highest stat. It's actually 2 stats. Is your basic attack and strike supers. Obviously, maybe 90 or so, 90 in your basic attacks and strike supers. That should be pretty good amount of damage, because obviously you're going to be more up close and personal than using Ki Blast from afar, which brings us to, yes, the first time ever in the 3 videos that I've actually done, the third stat that you need to actually have that's high is your Ki. Your Ki needs to be your third highest. However many bars of Ki that you want to use, maybe you can use your QQ bang to support this weakness, so that way you don't have to put any points in Ki. But yeah, you need to have a lot of Ki and low stamina. Can't stress that enough. Low stamina. Because if you have too much stamina, the only thing you're going to do is put yourself at a disadvantage because of the Super Soul, and because of the fact that when your guard broken, you're going to need to get up faster. So obviously make sure your stamina is low, but not too low to the point to where you can't do anything. Maybe 6 bars of stamina is cool, or 7 bars, enough to where you can probably use your evasive skill twice or anything like that. Ooh, snap, accidentally went back. But obviously your lowest stat should be Ki Blast supers. I say Ki Blast supers, maybe 10 points in Ki Blast super, or 0, because trust me, you will do a lot of damage with your ultimate, but you should not. You are full of anger and rage. You are all in their face. So you're going to need to be aggressive attackers. A basic attack and strike supers, you need to be a striker, a basic attack striker type of build, more than a hybrid, or a Ki Blast type of build compared to the Ki Sword build and stuff like that. So obviously this will need to be your lowest stat, maybe 10 points, 20 points, or maybe even a QQ bang that can support this weakness with like 4 bars and Ki Blast and or 3 bars. It really comes down to personal reference. But obviously that is what you need to do in order to make a Super Saiyan Berserk build, obviously, but knowing is half the battle. But of course I don't mean this by G.I. Joe reference. The more you know, the more you'll be able to go out there and kick booty. All right, be able to go out there and show them your Super Saiyan Berserk transformation and let them people know that, hey, I got this and you don't. So that wraps up this video, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next adventure on Friday as we do the Bro adventure. Looking forward to doing that, actually, because we're coming to an end with the story. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And with that being said, guys, my name is Every Funny Adventures. You guys can just call me Kai. And that's all for today's adventure. Peace.